Hello everyone, my name is Dustin Weekly and welcome to the Gamer Game Show and this week's episode of This Week in Gaming. Today we've got some possible E3 release news, a new video game movie in the works, and some real life awesome gaming stuff, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Earlier in the week, the retail-based website, base.com, listed the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim the Definitive Edition on sale for pre-order on PS4 and Xbox One. Last Sunday on the HAM Radio podcast, industry insider Shinobi602 said that Bethesda will more than likely announce a remastered version of Skyrim at E3 this year. According to sources at Eurogamer, the remaster will include all of the game's DLCs as well as mods. The modding system will more likely be based on how Fallout 4 is currently doing it, as Bethesda also owns the rights to it. Personally, I have Skyrim on PC, but I still think it'd be awesome to see a remastered version of it for the next gens, especially with a modding community starting to become, I guess, more predominant on consoles. Moving on to a game that we know for sure is coming out is going to be the release of Watchdogs 2 from Ubisoft. The Watchdogs 2 trailer released this week along with a release date. The game will be coming out on November 15th of this year. The game is going to be set in the San Francisco area this time around with a new game antagonist, Marcus Holloway. Marcus is a lot younger than Aiden Pierce from the last game, and he's a lot cooler looking if you ask me. A new parkour running system is going to be implemented, as well as the use of gadgets and tools other than just the phone that Aiden used in the last game. Ubisoft promises that the game world is going to be way more open world and way more interactive this time around. They say every phone and electronic in the city is going to be hackable, not just the ones that are targets in the in-game missions. Another cool feature that they've improved is on the multiplayer. Ubisoft wants to go into a different direction with a more cooperative and multiplayer, and they want to model it after the way The Division is with its multiplayer. Speaking of The Division, Ubisoft has been reportedly working on a film adaptation of the game. According to Variety.com, Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be the star in the video game movie adaptation for the game. And with video game adaptations for movies flopping in the past, it's interesting to see movies coming out like Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, and now I guess The Division. Will this year be the year that video game movies turn around and make fans happy? I doubt it. I don't know though, but I've got to say I am excited to see the new Assassin's Creed movie, and I think The Division could be actually a good one too. We've been talking a lot about Ubisoft today, so let's move on to another company, Naughty Dog. So Uncharted came out not too long ago, and Naughty Dog decided to do something really cool for disabled gamers. Editor-in-chief at Dagger, Josh Straub, teamed up with the game developer to help make games more accessible for those that have disabilities. You know, we don't tend to think about it, but people who are able-bodied aren't the only ones that like to play video games, and just because someone has a disability shouldn't mean that they can't play games like everybody else can.
Growing up, my options for entertainment were limited. What developers need to realize is that video games do more than just entertain the disabled. First of all, they provide an escape from sort of the doldrums of being disabled, and second of all, they provide a social space where instead of being judged by physical appearance, we're purely judged by the actions that we do and the things that we produce in the game.
While we're on the subject of disabled gamers though, gaming companies Konami and Eidos Montreal, I think that's how you say it, they've teamed up with bionic engineering companies to build bionic limbs for gamers who can't play on, like, say, a regular controller. Konami has actually finished their bionic arm, and lucky gamer James Young got to be the one who tested it out. He was fitted with this amazing prosthetic that allows him to use his hands to hold a controller and play games just like somebody who has a real hand. That's not all it can do though. It has a USB attachment for him to charge his phone or his controller while he's playing, and it also has a flashlight on it, a digital watch, a laser light, and probably the coolest function of all, he has the ability to control a UAV drone. That is insane. The man can fly a drone with his arm. Are you kidding me? Eidos Montreal is still working on theirs, but they are modeling their arm after the Deus Ex prosthetic. Once it's complete, people who have the arm can customize it by adding different attachments, just like they do in the game. One more cool real-life gaming item before we move on. I just think this is really cool. A Russian man by the name of Valplushka has created a Half-Life 2 city scanner drone. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this man has created a real-life drone from Half-Life 2. It looks and flies around just like the one in the game, and he even has left a tutorial on YouTube if you want to build your own drone. One last thing before we go, something I'm very, very excited about. Injustice 2 has finally been announced. I love this game, I love the comic, and it's finally a sequel is coming out. It won't be released until 2017, but just knowing that we're going to get another installment of this awesome DC fighting game just makes me so excited. And if you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and watch the trailer. It's really freaking awesome. Well, that's it for today in This Week in Gaming. We hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions or would like to add anything, all the links that we talked about today are going to be down in the description, and you can drop us a comment if you want to add something. If you enjoyed, drop us a like and consider subscribing to see more videos just like this one, and thank you guys for watching so much, and we will see you next time here on the Gamer Game Show.